Lisa.
And I'm Kira.
And you're watching Polymer Clay TV.
You can find us online at polymerclaytv.com.
And you can find us at polymerclayclassroom.com.
So enjoy the show.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Polymer Clay TV. Today we're talking about Magic Glos, which is a really cool resin product. It's only one part, so you don't have to mix anything, get anything messy, you know. So it makes it real easy to work with. This is Lisa Pavelka's Magic Glos. This is actually an older bottle which I'm going to be using, and they've changed the packaging. This is how it comes, and we sell it in our shop if you want to check it out at polymerclayproductions.com. What you see here are some stickers I found. They're by K & Company, I believe. And I thought, well, how cool would those be to use with the polymer clay and the resin? So this is actually one here that I've done, and it looks so cool. I really love it. And this is basically 3 layers of the resin that I've added on top. But there's one tip that you need to know before you get started is if something's paper, it's going to bleed if you put the Magic Glos on it. So what you need to do is you need to seal it. So that's where this Elmer's all-purpose glue comes in. It dries clear, so once you put it on, you can't even see. All of these have been coated with it already, and you can't even see it. I think I paid maybe less than $1 for this glue, and so it's inexpensive. And you just get a brush, and you brush a light coat on, and that'll seal it enough so that you can add the Magic Glos without the colors, you know, smearing and bleeding. So here's this piece here that I did, and I just took a flat piece of clay, and I cut it out with a cookie cutter, and I thought, well, that would be a cool backing for it. I like to tie black into whatever I'm doing because I wear a lot of black, and all I did was I added 3 coats of the Magic Glos, and then I stuck it under this UV lamp. So here's a UV lamp that actually I have something curing under it now, or I did before I unplugged it, but it really doesn't get hot under here, so you don't really have to use pot holders or anything. But what I did was I put it on these little metal squares I had and just added the Magic Glos on top of that and then stick it under here. This UV light, I think it retails for $36, so it's inexpensive. I dropped it twice, and it's still working. Not that I recommend dropping it, but it happens. So let me just give you an idea of how fun it would be by adding this. And I was thinking I might want to pick up some of the glitter that's in this sticker and add it onto the black. So there's so many ideas that you can do, so definitely play around with it. Look at how cool that is. You know, and all it is the Magic Glos resin, and that was 3 coats over it, and it kind of looks like glass. That's the idea. You can really get some cool effects. Here's one I did that I had a recessed piece, and I just filled that cavity, and it gives it depth, and it makes things kind of enlarge a little. So imagine if you had some photos that you wanted to do. So what you would do is you would take those photos, print them out on your computer, and then you would add the glue over it with a paintbrush, so that seals the photo, and then it would be ready for the Magic Glos. So, and then this goes directly under my UV light for about 10-15 minutes tops, and I've got a really cool piece. So let me just show you how it looks really good in the recesses of something. I will show you how I did that. And this is a transfer that I did, and I added some Jones Tones foils and a little powdered pigments and stuff. And it's just, I think I did this on a previous episode. But just to give you an idea of how it works, is you just give a little squeeze of the bottle, and you start in the middle, and it's self-leveling, so it'll move on its own. But that's one thing you have to consider, because it is self-leveling, it will move. So if you don't have something to contain it, it'll end up going all over the place. So that's one thing you can do, is you can sand any extra that you have on there. But you want to try and put enough in there, but not too much that it overflows, because then number 1, you're wasting it, and number 2, it's extra cleanup, which you don't really want to do. So this has already been fired, this piece. You can do it to clay that hasn't been fired, like this piece right here. It hasn't been fired yet, and I added the Magic Glos right onto there. See, it's just an unfired piece of black. And I don't know if you can see that, but I had a molded image in there with some Swarovski crystals, and then I used some glitter and added that to my Magic Gloss and then painted that over there and then cured it in my UV light. And one of the great things about this resin is it can also go in the oven. So when you're baking your clay, you can bake the resin. And so it's not a problem. So here I think I've got this mostly filled. It's ready to go under my UV light. And I can add one layer and I can build up. You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's really, you know, just up to you. What you like, what you prefer. And so here I have it. You saw how simple it was. I like to use the tip of the bottle to move it around. I find that I don't get as many air bubbles when I do it like that. So let me put this under the UV light and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. This is the piece that we just added the Magic Gloss to, and it's come out of the UV lamp now. And as you can see, it has now a glossy finish right in the middle where we had the magic transfer. And the thing is, now the colors pop. Before the Magic Gloss was on there, the colors were kind of dull and, you know, lifeless in a way. So by adding the Magic Gloss, you can really pop some colors too. So that's one of the things I really like about it. This other piece that we did before with the sticker, I added the Magic Gloss all around it. I added some of my own glitter that really matched, that I like. And here I have a really cool pendant. Now this has to still be fired because this piece hasn't been fired. You can go ahead and throw the sticker in there with the resin. It's not going to cause a problem. And when it comes out of the oven, you just want to add a little bail to it, and you have a really nice pendant then. I mean, it's very simple to do, as you saw. It's just a sticker. So be thinking about different things that you can also use with the clay to really make a difference. Because really, this is only a black piece of clay that I added some glitter to and then a little of the Magic Gloss. How hard was that? And then this sticker, all I added was the Magic Gloss. But I have a gorgeous pendant now that I'd be proud to wear. And it was little work, little effort, but really nice. So you can find the Magic Gloss over at polymerclayproductions.com. We also have the UV lamp if you need one of those. You can cure this out in the sunlight. As long as it's in direct sunlight, it'll be no problem to cure it. And one thing you have to remember is if you add any inclusions, say you want to take some glitter and mix it in with the resin, you are going to have a longer cure time. So you have to consider that whenever you mix anything with it, because you can add alcohol inks to this to color it, you can add powdered pigments, you can add glitter, you can use it in embossing powder, you can use these things called Angelina fibers for like a faux dichroic look, and you can see that on one of our previous episodes with Lisa Pavelka. She demonstrated how she used the Angelina fibers, which are really cool. So just have fun with it, play around with it. You can use it to cover things, you can use it to fill holes for a really neat look. So have fun!